Flashy with flashy dark arts. This might be the last video you see as far as Facebook goes. I'm gonna put this directly to Facebook. It's intended for Facebook. Okay, I'm still gonna be on YouTube. You can find me Flashy Dark Arts, right? Make sure you go there, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you know when I upload a video, because I'm probably not gonna be able to send it to Facebook anymore. The reason for that is 1 month after Mark Zuckerberg called for governments to help him regulate Facebook, he banned 4 to 5 conservative people, and there had already been some conservatives banned before that. Okay, now it's irrelevant what type of speech you have. Okay, free speech is free speech. The whole reason we have free speech is to determine what is right and what is wrong. Okay, and once you don't allow one side to talk, you don't know what's what. Okay, it all gets erased. So let's take a look at one of the more controversial videos here.
And then we gonna have to kill some crackers.
That's right, love it.
We gonna have to kill some cracker babies. Huh?
Pretty bad, right? They should be banned, right? Well, that's the New Age Black Panthers, and they still have a Facebook page. And they're listed as a terrorist organization. Interesting, right? Let's take a look at this one.
Personal property! That's where you are, right? You go right?
Okay,
You go!
I'm filming you.
Oh, I'm gonna
I can't see who you are because you have a mask on. Oh, shit!
Oh! Motherfucker! Oh, shit, he's bleeding. Yo! Hey, man!
That's a member of Antifa cracking somebody over the head with a bike lock. They're known for violent actions, and they're also listed as a terrorist organization. They still have Facebook pages. Why is that? You listed a bunch of conservatives as quote-unquote dangerous people, which Facebook explains is terrorists, mass murderers, sex traffickers, and people that talk about hate. What was that? People that talk about hate? What was that? People that talk about hate? Are you kidding me? That's a joke. Terrorists, sex traffickers, murderers, people that talk about hate? Oh, you mean free speech? Oh yeah, but they're being hateful about it? There's no such thing as hate speech. It is a bullshit term. Yeah, there's people that talk and say terrible things, yeah. But you can't find the truth if you don't allow those people to talk. They wind up growing in the darkness. We don't want fungus and mold growing in the darkness, okay? If they are calling for violence, that is a problem, okay? If they are calling to have people attacked, that is a problem. Physically attacked, hurt, right? That is a problem, okay? Now, there's a lot of people on the left that have been doing this as well, okay? But none of them are banned. They did ban Louis Farrakhan, who I didn't even put in this video because he's already getting enough attention from Snoop Dogg, but nobody's talking about the other ones that were banned, okay? So without further ado, let's take a look at these horrible, terrible, dangerous people. These people who have been put in the same category as terrorists, human traffickers, and mass murderers.
You're talking about culture, and it's important to make that distinction as a Western chauvinist, that I think the West is the best. I don't care what race you are, but I don't think that other cultures are different. I think they're worse, and Islam is 500 years behind us. We were shitty. And I think two big problems with them as far as progress goes is the Quran is an exceptionally violent book. It doesn't have a 2.0 the way Christians do. And no one ever talks about this, but they have a major problem with inbreeding. They are marrying their first cousins again and again and again, and that makes your evolution go backwards. That we're destroying our own innocence in the process.
Dude, strap yourself in for this. 70% of all Pakistanis are inbred. And in Turkey, the amount is between 25 to 30%. More stillbirths among immigrants. A rough estimate reveals that close to half of everybody living in the Arab world is inbred. A large percentage of the parents said, this is blowing my mind.
Muslim, Black, women, femme, queer, Latino, Native, immigrant, POC, trans, disabled, incarcerated, LGBTQ. What about white people? What about Jews? What about Christians? Okay? Like, these people don't care about conservatives. They don't care about white people. They don't care about Jewish people. They don't care about conservatives. They just care about what the left endorses, okay? And what the left represents in this country right now is an anti-American, anti-white, anti-Jewish, anti-Christian, pro-Sharia agenda, okay? And their signs are clearly representative of this. Look at this. No white people, no Jews, no Christians. No wonder why they're taking their orders from Islamic terrorist organizations and banning Jews. My life is now in danger because Mark Zuckerberg and Jack Dorsey have labeled me as a dangerous individual yesterday. It's all over the news, okay? I'm getting death threats, numerous death threats from people who are telling me I deserve to die because I'm a conservative.
You think I am like, oh, shocked by it, so I'm up here bashing it because I don't like gay people? I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Serious crap.
I also like frogs, and so I also feel a real drive to help understand how pesticides and other chemicals are affecting amphibian populations. These animals that we know are genetic males have been exposed to atrazine for their entire life, and many of these genetic males now are turning into females.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
The one on the bottom, acting as the female, we affectionately refer to as Darnell. He's a genetic male that not only acts like a female, he lays eggs like a female. She has been exposed to atrazine all of her life. I don't even really know how to reference it.
Why do people need them?
They need them to protect us from the #1 killer in history. Government in the 20th century, university study out of Hawaii killed 292 million people. It's called democide. Google it, folks.
Before we dive into a set of facts and statistics that may boggle your mind, it's my duty to read you your Milo-approved Miranda rights. You have the right to controversial opinions and speech. You have the right to confront and to disagree with, to rebut and to question opinions that don't match your own. You have the right to do all of that without being told that you are violating a safe space.
Being first Muslim woman in Congress of United States. It's not easy, but I make it work by sprinkling a little Sharia into Congress every day.
If you ban a bunch of people for partisan reasons in the midst of a presidential campaign season, that is election meddling. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. We're only supposed to care about election meddling when a few Russians buy some Facebook ads. Under the law, businesses don't have the right to discriminate against people's political views. They don't have the right to deny service. As the ACLU points out, once a business decides to advertise its services to the public at large, it gives up the prerogative to pick and choose which customers to serve, even when that commercial service involves some form of speech or expression. That's already the law, so why is it not being applied to Silicon Valley giants? As Will Chamberlain writes, when private companies violate civil rights, we pass laws to stop them from doing so. So while the tweets are nice and the support has been incredible, we need action.
Now, whether you agree with what they say is irrelevant. What Paul Joseph Watson was saying was pretty accurate, okay? Dude, print is dead now. The only platform out there that everybody's focused on is social media. And social media was built up through free speech, through capitalism, okay? And it was built as a platform for all. You don't get to wait until it is successful to start picking and choosing who has a platform now that your platform is untouchable. He is not regulating himself. The government, I don't know how much of a hand they put in there, but he asked them to help him a month ago. But the government and Mark Zuckerberg, okay, are not censoring Facebook so much. They are shutting down the conversation in social media, period.
Mark Zuckerberg is not simply censoring opinions. He's prescribing which political opinions you're allowed to have, which conversations all of us in this country can have about America.
This will become the new standard if we are not careful. This needs to be fixed, and it needs to be fixed now. I recommend, I'm going to put links below, I recommend you go to these people's YouTube pages. Paul Joseph Watson has a YouTube page. Laura Loomer has a YouTube page. The others do not. They have been pulled because they have been labeled as dangerous people, right? So they don't have YouTube channels. A lot of them don't have Twitter. They don't have Instagram. They don't have Facebook. They don't exist anymore. That's right. They are controlling everything you say. They are controlling everything anybody else says. And the crazy part about this, the reason I made this video is because they said that if anybody puts stuff up of these people, that their profile will be pulled. So this is the equivalent of social media suicide. If I get yanked and you don't see me again, you can hopefully find me on YouTube for a little while longer. If that gets yanked, maybe I'll start a podcast, I don't know. But I'm not gonna be silenced.